And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one of the head of the house of his fathers. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you of the tribe of Reuben. Then it gives the particular tribes, which are men, and the particular children that issue forth from them, all right, are determined by the house of their father. All right, but we'll keep going. As you keep going, it gives you the name of the tribes. Okay, 16, it says, these were renowned of the congregation. All right, these were the renown of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. So it was determined by the father. The fathers determined the tribe. And Moses and Aaron took these men, which are expressed by their names, and they assembled them all, the congregation together, all right, on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree after their families. Now, what is pedigree? They declared their pedigrees. Let's look up the word pedigrees. All right, because this is dealing with our military. All right. And as we read later, what was happening in Israel, inheritance rights. And there was a particular instance that came up in Numbers, the 36th chapter, that cuts this whole argument. And we have a few other points, and we're going to move on. Now, the word is yalad, okay, to beget, to bear, bring forth, gender, all right, which the father is at the forefront of all of these things. The woman plays her role in conceiving the seed, nourishing the seed, and the seed comes forth. All right. All right. Bring forth childbirth of distress, of wicked behavior. You can read now, when you look up the word yalad and you go through the scriptures and you just read the various different instances it was used, it's the man having a seed. All right. Genesis 4:18, and Enoch, unto Enoch, which this is speaking of the Enoch through the family line of Cain, was and unto Enoch was born. It's the same word yalad, H 3205. Okay, he begot Irad. All right, when you keep going, Genesis, let's just keep going. Genesis 4:25, and Adam knew his wife again, put a seed in her, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. Okay, so Adam is at the forefront of this ordeal here. The woman conceives the seed, as we're showing you, and you can keep reading that word yalad. The man is always at the forefront of it. And Enos lived and begot Canaan. All right, you can keep reading. So that word is always dealing with the man putting a seed in the woman. That's what yalad is about. Okay, and you can keep reading that if you would like to. Okay, now this is the etymology of the word pedigree, real quick. Okay, genealogical. Now, what is a gene? How is a gene determined? It goes back to the seed. Okay, the book of Genesis, the origin. Okay, genealogical table or chart. Okay, you have 12 tribes. And speaking of the 12 tribes, real quick, when you go to the book of Genesis, the 46th chapter, in the 20th verse, two of the tribes, which are Jacob's grandsons through Joseph, were mothered by a heathen. Genesis 46:20. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, all right, which Pharaoh gave unto him a wife named Asenath, the daughter of this guy, a priest of On. Okay, now when you look this word up, so I'm guessing Ephraim and Manasseh, who have inheritance rights and who are numbered amongst the 144,000, are not Israelites because their mother is a heathen. And you can look up the story of this particular heathen woman. Okay, in Genesis, the 41st chapter. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name because Joseph, he got rank in the Egyptian empire. So Pharaoh gave, him a high-ranking woman named what? Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On. Okay? And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. Okay? And the priest of On, all right, these are heathen. Okay? But I'm guessing you're just going to try to figure out a way to make her an Israelite, right? All right. On is a city in Lower Egypt. All right. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So these are Egyptians, Matazarium. All right. The Pharaoh gave. All right. Because that's what happens. All right. When you acquire some sort of notoriety. All right. The heathen kings will what? Give you their daughters. Now, as Solomon took down the heathen, we'll show you he married, all right, particular high ranking of their daughters. But where did he go wrong? He bowed to their gods. Notice you don't see David's sin because all of his sins are written and recorded. You don't see his sin as dealing with the heathen women. Why? Because he did not bow to their gods, but he did have concubines of them and children issued forth from them. And they were of the seed of Judah. Why? Because David is of the seed of Judah.